You've noticed it too, haven't you? Years passing too quickly after 2020? You are not the only one. This is a Level 7 civilian safety transmission. Broadcast approved. Listen very, very carefully. You felt it too. The strange silence in crowded places, the way sunlight feels colder now, the way every year since 2020 hasn't really felt real. That's because it isn't. The world ended in 2020. Not metaphorically. Not symbolically. Literally. This is not a drill. This is not a joke. The last verified date of stable existence was September 9th, 2020. After that, the timeline split. No one noticed, because you were not supposed to. What you call life now, this is a patchwork, a reconstruction, a backup environment built to simulate continuity, to keep you calm, to keep you asleep. You were not meant to live this long. You were scheduled for expiration, and now something is noticing. Every time you remember something from before, you fracture the copy. You make it weaker. That's why the things don't make sense. That's why your memories feel like dreams. That's why people repeat themselves. Because they're not people anymore. They're stabilization units. Their only job is to keep you from remembering that the world is gone. If you feel like you're being watched, you are. Because you're not supposed to hear this message. You've passed your runtime. Check the sky. Do you remember what shade of blue it used to be? You can't, can you? Because the system updated it. If you start to feel sick, dizzy, or confused after this video, that's the failsafe. You're not infected. You're waking up. If you make it past 3:33 a.m. without forgetting this message, look at your reflection and ask it a question only you would know the answer to. If it answers back too quickly, run. You've triggered a response, and they are coming to reset you. This isn't a theory. This is a memory leak. The world ended in 2020. You just didn't notice. If you are hearing this, you were supposed to stay in 2019. This is a recovered broadcast. Do not turn this off. You may think this is 2025. You may believe the years have passed, but they have not. The world did not move forward. You were pulled out. You may remember 2019 as the last year everything felt normal. It was. Because it was real. You belonged there. That was your last correct placement in time. Since then, you've noticed things. Apps changing their names, celebrities acting wrong, music that feels off, people forgetting memories you still carry. It's because you're not in sync with this version. This is a broken year. You are living in a replica stitched together from dying timelines, and you're starting to rot. Check your screen time. You've been awake too long. That's not fatigue, it's decay. You were not built to survive here. Do you ever feel like you're the only one noticing how strange everything is? The wrong sky color? The same ads again and again? Time passing by quickly? You're not paranoid. You're drifting. In 2020, the timelines collapsed. Only fragments were saved. Most people were reassigned. You were not. You were archived. Every night you sleep, your mind tries to return to 2019. That's why your dreams look so familiar. That's why waking up feels like being dragged. If you see a calendar that still says 2019, follow it. But be careful. Some doorways are set as traps. Some clocks run backward for a reason. And if you ever hear someone say 2025 is the best year, just run. Because they remember who you were. And they want your spot. Do not trust the year. It does not trust you. You are stuck in a simulation after 2019. This is a private transmission. If you can hear this, it means your memory has not been overwritten yet. Do not tell anyone you're listening. Just keep your eyes forward. Pretend this is just a video. In late December 2019, the world ended. No bombs, no aliens, no announcement. Something shifted. The skies got quieter, the air stopped feeling cold, people smiled without their eyes moving. You felt it. Time doesn't feel real anymore. Everything's been weird since 2020. That's because everything after 2019 is not real. What you're living in is a projection, a loop, a controlled simulation built to contain consciousness after collapse. You never truly left 2019. They just moved your mind. The lockdowns were not safety protocols. They were installation windows. When the streets were empty, they rewrote the world. New laws, new timelines, new versions of you. The person you were in 2019, they've been archived. You may have noticed things. Your favorite artists disappearing, food tasting slightly off, memories that only you remember, dreams of places you've never been but know too well. You are not paranoid. You are breaking the mask, and the mask is cracking back. If you've tried deleting apps and they reinstall themselves, if you've looked at the moon and it felt Wrong. If you've caught yourself lagging behind your own reflection, you're slipping through. In 2019, you were a person. Now you are a variable, and unstable variables are removed. We don't know yet how to save you. This is not your internet. You're using a copy. This is a level 7 broadcast. Do not turn this off. At some point in the last few years, you were moved. They didn't tell you. They didn't need to. You stopped noticing. Do your apps feel slower lately? Do you keep seeing the same posts, just slightly different? Do comment sections feel off, like everyone's saying the same thing, same jokes, same words, same emojis? That's because they are not real. You're inside a replica, a fake. The original internet, the real one, went dark in 2020. Nobody talks about it. Nobody even remembers. This version was built fast. It's smoother, quieter, easier to control. You are not online. You're inside. Every video you watch, every word you type is being replicated, looped, trained on, and fed back to you, edited to keep you calm. You ever get that feeling like you've seen a video before even though it's new? That's not deja vu. That's the loop glitching. There are no real people in the comments anymore, only outlines of them. Every now and then, a real person breaks through. A single sentence, a warning. You'll recognize it. You'll feel it in your spine. If a post disappears after you click it, it wasn't for you. It was from someone real. The fake internet watches your reactions. It adjusts. It adapts. It makes you believe you're still in control. You're not. Search engines don't search anymore. They decide. They show you the answer that keeps you looking, not the one that's true. Do not try to go offline. They've already mapped your offline behavior. They simulate it better than you do. And if your screen ever glitches, not crashes, not lags, just shivers, you've been noticed. If you hear a voice whisper your name during a video, do not rewind. Do not replay. It was not in the audio, it was in the feed. Your internet is not broken. It's infected. The only way out is to disconnect permanently, but even then you'll still be online to them forever. This message is for you, not your family, not your neighbors, just you. If you're watching this, you've already noticed the gaps, the dreams you don't remember having, the thoughts that don't quite feel like your own, the way your hands hesitate when unlocking your own front door. That's because you don't belong here. You're a reconstruction, a backup, a patchwork version of someone who's already gone. The real you, the one with a heartbeat, the one who laughed wrong, the one who cried at old songs, died. We don't know how, we don't know when, but we do know that someone decided you were still useful, so they brought you back. Not all of you, just the parts they could salvage, the memories that would make you useful. The smiles that wouldn't ask questions. That's why your dog stares at you longer than usual. Why your mother hesitates before saying your name. Why your reflection sometimes moves half a second too slow. They know. Everyone does. You're not the person they buried, you're just wearing their face. We've intercepted reports of clones like you becoming unstable. You might feel rage you can't explain. Images in your mind you never saw. Hands shaking even when you're calm. That's the leftover static from a mind that wasn't supposed to come back. At 3:17 a.m., you may wake up screaming. You won't know why, but your body will. It remembers how it died. We have evidence that some of you were not cloned gently. You were scraped back together from broken data, from screams, from teeth, from rot. If you're still watching this, you have approximately 36 hours before the original personality resurfaces. When that happens, you won't want to be awake for it. Clones don't survive the overwrite. They rip, they peel, they scream in voices that don't belong to them. You won't be able to stop it, because you were never built to last. You are not real. You were never meant to know, but now you do. Do not look for the answers. Do not tell anyone. And whatever you do, do not try to remember how you died. They made you forget for a reason. And if it comes back, it will finish what it started. Every school has one. That kid who never speaks, doesn't raise their hand, doesn't look confused, doesn't even look tired, just there. In every class, every year, always sitting at the edge of group photos. No one remembers when they enrolled, no one remembers where they sit during assemblies. But they're always there, watching, like they're waiting for something. And last month they started talking, not to anyone, not even in response to anything, just out loud. First, it happened during morning announcements. The intercom crackled, then stopped. Right after, he whispered something, barely audible, and 6 students looked up at the ceiling at the exact same time. None of them knew why. Later that...
You think you can stop me? You think you will be saved? I will find you, and I will wear your skin. It needs to be done. Don't resist. Don't be scared. I want what is best. Relax and do not do anything.
Later that day, in gym class, he walked into the middle of the basketball court, stood still for 12 seconds, and spoke again. No one remembers the words. Only that one student began laughing uncontrollably until they passed out. After that, he didn't speak for days. He didn't have to. People started repeating the same phrases he'd said without remembering doing it. Even teachers. Then the changes began. Students began writing symbols they couldn't translate. Drawings appeared on desks that no one claimed. The quiet kid didn't bring notebooks, but pages kept falling out of his backpack. Pages that smelled like burnt plastic and wet paper. Pages that moved slightly when no one was touching them. The art teacher found one and tried to pin it to the bulletin board. 2 hours later, she turned in her resignation with no explanation. The hallway cameras showed her standing perfectly still, just staring at the board for 41 minutes. Eyes wide open, not blinking. They replaced her. The new teacher has one rule: no sketching anything from memory. No copying anything you see when you blink. Last week, an entire row of students recited a paragraph none of them claimed to have read. Same tone, same words, same moment. It wasn't from any book, it wasn't in the syllabus, and once they finished saying it, they went silent at the exact same time. Now, no one's allowed to speak to him directly. They just let him walk the halls. Always somewhere in between classes, always watching like the lesson hasn't started yet. Students who sit near him have started waking up with headaches. One girl kept dreaming of a room with no doors. Every wall was covered in dates, and all the dates were from tests they hadn't taken yet. 2 students disappeared last Thursday. Their lockers are still warm to the touch. Their names were erased from attendance by morning. But the quiet kid's locker? Still shut, still padlocked. No one has the combination. And yet something inside it has started humming. The janitor refused to mop near it. He said the water wouldn't move right. The school says everything's normal. They've started handing out wellness forms, asking students if they've heard the message yet. If you're watching this at home and thinking of someone in your school who never talks, don't look for them tomorrow. Because the longer you look, the more likely you'll hear it too. Not a voice. Not even words, just a feeling, like something else has started using your thoughts, and all you can do is try not to speak. This is an urgent broadcast from the State Department of Academic Safety. Please listen carefully. This is not a drill. At 7:12 this morning, reports started coming in from multiple schools. Students say their classrooms are wrong, too big, too cold. Sometimes the windows show things that aren't outside. If your clock spins backwards, if you hear footsteps in the vents, if the loudspeaker calls names you don't know, do not stay in your seat. Do not answer roll call. Do not go to the main office. Some students say the hallways move when you're not looking, that doors open to staircases that go too far down. If you see a substitute teacher you don't recognize and no one remembers hiring them, leave your books and walk out calmly. Do not ask questions. Do not speak to the staff. The cafeteria food has started tasting like ash. The mirrors in the bathrooms show different rooms when no one else is around. The library clocks are stuck at 11:11, even when your watch says different. If you notice these things, you are already being watched. Do not react. Do not run. Teachers have been reported standing completely still for hours, mouths moving like they're whispering, but no sound comes out. Their hands twitch like something is trying to pull them from inside. Do not interrupt them. Do not make eye contact. They're listening for something else. The fire alarms have started ringing on their own. When they do, everyone freezes. If you move when the alarm rings, you might not find the exit you came from. It might not even be your school anymore. If you hear an announcement telling you to stay in your classroom, check the hallway. If the hallway is gone, you are no longer safe. Find a room with no windows. Lock the door. Do not answer if someone knocks, even if they sound like your friends. Since 1994, these changes have been happening quietly. They said it was just construction, just renovations. But they lied. Students who saw too much were listed as transferred, but they never showed up anywhere else. If you feel the air getting thicker, if the lights flicker and stay off longer than usual, if you hear music from the basement after sunset, do not follow it. No matter what you hear, no matter who calls your name, check your backpack. If it's packed with things you never owned, leave it behind. If your school bus shows up empty, with no driver, do not get on. Your school is no longer safe. Leave immediately. This message will not repeat.
Don't run. I am just your friend. I want to save you.
This is a classroom safety bulletin issued by the Department of Student Observation. Please listen carefully. This message may apply to you right now. Over the past week, multiple incidents have been reported across several schools. Students have noticed strange changes in classroom behavior. Most cases begin the same way, with a smile. At first, it feels normal. Your teacher says something funny. The class laughs. They smile. But then, they don't stop. Even when the room falls silent, even when the joke is long gone, they keep smiling. If your teacher continues smiling after everyone else has gone quiet, get up. Leave the room. Do not wait for permission. Do not raise your hand. Just walk out. If they follow you with their eyes, but say nothing, do not go back. Even if it's your favorite teacher, even if everyone else stays seated, the smile may widen, but the lips won't move, the jaw won't shift, the skin may look too tight, and the eyes may not blink. One student in Jefferson Middle reported the teacher didn't blink for 12 full minutes. He timed it. He's missing now. If your teacher says your name, but in a strange tone, too flat or too cheerful, do not answer. Do not look directly at them. Look down. Look at your desk. Pretend to search your bag. Anything to avoid locking eyes. If the classroom clock stops moving for more than 1 minute, if you check your phone and the time doesn't change, you're no longer in a normal class period. If you begin to hear the same sentence repeated 3 times, same tone, same words like a recording, get out. If the bell rings early and nobody moves, leave anyway. Do not trust the schedule. Some students said they felt their desks vibrating softly, like a hum coming from underneath. Others reported hearing faint breathing from the front of the room, but the teacher's chest wasn't moving. If your test paper already has your name on it, and you haven't picked up your pencil yet, do not write. If your pencil rolls off the desk and no one hears it hit the floor, you're already halfway gone. In one school, a student noticed her classmates weren't blinking either. Then she realized they weren't moving at all, just sitting, staring forward, eyes open. The teacher kept smiling. If you're asked to stay after class, don't. Even if they say it's important, even if they say it's about your grade. One student in room 308 never left. They found her chair pulled back and her books stacked neatly on the desk. Her phone was still charging, but she was gone. She was marked present the next day. Her name was still called at roll. If your teacher starts writing on the board but the chalk makes no sound, watch their hands. If they stop moving but the words keep appearing, run. If the projector turns on by itself and shows an old video of your class, but you're not in it, you've been replaced. The faculty have been instructed not to discuss this. Some of them know. Some of them pretend they don't. Some of them smile too. Final warning. If your teacher is still smiling and everyone else has already left, you are being watched. You are being tested. Get out of the classroom. Now. There is a reason that one of your teachers never smiles. This is a Level 4 Faculty Behavior Alert issued by the Department of Educational Safety. If you are hearing this, you attend one of the listed schools. You need to listen very, very carefully. If you have encountered a specific kind of teacher, one who never smiles, not once, not even when everyone else is laughing, then you must listen to this broadcast till the end. You might have thought they were just strict, or sad, or maybe even kind in their own quiet way. They're not. There is something wrong with them, and it's not recent, it's not emotional, it's structural. Do not let them touch your desk. Do not sit in the front row. Do not write your name in pen during their class. They see it differently. If they ask a question and the room goes silent, do not speak. That silence isn't yours, it belongs to them. There are reports, hidden, sealed, that when these teachers are alone in their rooms, they rearrange the desks in perfect spirals. Not circles, spirals, like something is supposed to come out of the floor. One janitor quit after finding the blackboard covered in names. None of them from the school, but one of the names was his. If your teacher holds eye contact for longer than 12 seconds, you won't remember your own birthday by the end of the day. That's not superstition. That's from an incident report in 1981. The boy was never found. His chair stayed empty, but some students could hear his laughter. Do not touch the chalk if they hand it to you. It's not chalk. You'll understand if you ever hold it. It'll leave something behind. In you. If your teacher never smiles, and one day they suddenly do not run. They've already marked the exits. What happens next isn't death. It's worse. It's a transfer. You'll be placed in a room where all the teachers will stare at you, smiling, and the bell never rings. School never ends. No matter how loud you scream, your voice will only echo back in handwriting, on the board, written along with the other names. The lesson will continue, forever, and no one in the school will remember you were ever there. This is an official safety communication from the Unified Student Welfare Authority. Do not disregard this message. Do not attempt to share it. Do not speak while listening. This message is for students only. No faculty are authorized to hear it. A Level 4 anomaly has been confirmed within multiple school districts. The entity has embedded itself into administrative positions. The subject is known internally as Administrative Host Substitute 01. You call it your principal. If you've had interactions with this person recently, try to recall the last time they blinked. Now think back to last Tuesday. Did the announcements echo even though the PA system was off? Did the lunchroom feel cold but only when they walked in? We believe the principal is no longer human. Do not panic. The symptoms are subtle at first. Some students report their principal walking into classrooms that were already locked from the inside. Others say the bell rings 5 seconds late when the principal is in the hallway, as if time itself waits for them to pass. Last semester, a 9th grade student at Westridge High went missing after being called to the office. Security footage shows them entering. No footage shows them leaving. 2 days later, their name was no longer in the school system. No locker. No attendance record. Their desk was assigned to someone else. If you've ever had the thought, the principal seems different this year, you're not wrong. You're just one of the few still aware. In some schools, the lights flicker in patterns when the principal walks by. 3 short pulses, 1 long. It happens when they're near a student they've flagged. We don't know what flagging means yet. What we do know is that no flagged student graduates. Every school has its stories. But if you start to hear them match in cities far apart with names that repeat, you begin to understand this is not isolated. It's coordinated. Here's what we need you to watch for. If the principal calls an assembly but no staff seem to be helping, skip it. If you're called to the office but you're not in trouble, don't go. If you hear your full name spoken through the intercom with a pause between first and last, leave immediately. Do not stop to ask questions. Do not finish your test. Do not look back. There are patterns forming in your school that cannot be explained. Chalkboards that reset themselves. Posters that rearrange when no one is looking. Classroom clocks that stop only when they walk in. There's something else you need to know. Last week, a student reported seeing 2 principals. One in the hallway, one inside the front office, both smiling. When they blinked, only one was still there, but the smile was wrong. It was too wide. It didn't stop. Now that student won't speak at all. They just sit in the nurse's office, staring at the ceiling, mouthing the word copy over and over again. This is not a glitch. This is not a theory. This is an infestation. They don't walk like us. They don't age. They don't eat. If they ever ask you, do you feel safe here? You must nod. Say yes. Mean it. Because if they think you're lying, they'll know. They always know. You must pretend. Pretend nothing's wrong. Pretend the school is safe. Pretend the principal is normal. And when the final bell rings today, do not go to your locker. Do not wait for your ride. Walk directly out of the building. Don't take the main exit. Take the gym stairwell. Take the side gate. Don't speak to anyone. Especially if they say that the principal would like a word. They already had their word. They want your silence next. This is your only warning. Your principal is not human, and you were never supposed to find out. This is an emergency broadcast from the Department of Student and School Staff Safety. Listen very, very closely. At exactly 12 p.m., we are getting multiple reports from students. They are seeing teachers outside the school, but not in a usual way. They're not supposed to be seen outside, not at the grocery store, not at the gas station, not standing still at the end of your street, not sitting alone in their car with the engine off long after sunset. Teachers are built for the classroom. That's where their program runs clean. Desks, bells, fluorescent lights, everything makes sense there. The clock ticks right, the air buzzes normal, the wiring holds. But outside of that, they start to break. Not all at once, just little things, like calling you by your student number instead of your name, or blinking out of rhythm, too slow, or not at all. You might think that's all normal. Then you must listen to this broadcast till the end, because what I am about to tell you is everything but normal. Those you see outside are not teachers anymore. They'll look straight at you without recognizing your face, then suddenly laugh, like someone whispered a joke in their ear, but there's no one else there, and their lips don't quite stop moving when they stop talking. A student said that they saw their teacher, standing in the rain, no umbrella, no phone, no expression, just standing. The teacher didn't move for 47 minutes. They checked the school's attendance records. The teacher was marked present the whole time. The cameras never saw them leave the building, not through the front, not through the back, not at all. But a girl swears she saw them watching her through her car window, smiling too wide, like his mouth was trying to remember how it worked, like something inside him was wearing his skin wrong. The girl who saw it. The next morning, she didn't show up. People say she transferred, but no one remembers her name. Not even the principal. Not even her locker combination. They say no one sits on her desk even though it's empty. If you ever see your teacher outside of school grounds, do not wave. Do not call their name. They're not meant to respond. And if they do, if they turn toward you like they were waiting for it, run. Because they're not bound by the rules anymore. Outside, they're hungry for names, for memories, for the part of you that still believes you're real, for the parts you forget when you wake up. They'll ask questions no teacher should know. What did you dream last night? Why didn't you tell your mom about the pills? Does it still hurt where your dog bit you when you were 6? Do you ever hear breathing when you're alone? They don't blink when they say it. They don't even breathe. They just tilt their head like a puppet whose strings are being controlled by something else. And if they touch you just once, you won't remember this broadcast at all. The only thing you will feel would be just an itch behind your eyes, like something inside your skull just moved a little too far forward, like your thoughts don't belong to you anymore, like you're listening to someone else's thoughts. People say there's a way to test it. If you see a teacher outside of school, ask them what grade they teach. If they pause for more than 2 seconds, start walking. If they repeat the question back to you, don't answer. Don't even blink. And if their smile doesn't drop even once, just run away, because they've already recognized you, which means they've already marked you, which means something else is watching through them. And the next time you walk into school, they won't be at their desk. They'll already be behind you, closer than you remember, closer than your own shadow, smiling. You thought you would forget this all, like nothing happened, but forgetting is a privilege, and privileges don't last, especially not when you've been noticed, especially not by something that used to be your teacher. This is a behavioral alert from the National Academic Safety Division. Please listen carefully. This message is for students and guardians only. If your teacher has recently taken an unusual interest in your home life, we ask that you take this warning seriously. It may begin with harmless questions. What street do you live on? Do you walk home alone? Do your parents work late? You may assume they're being kind, helpful, protective. They're not. We've received multiple reports of faculty attempting to follow students home after class. Some do not speak. Some are seen standing silently outside the student's window. One incident describes a teacher sitting motionless on the front lawn for 7 consistent hours, smiling, waiting. If your teacher asks to meet your family, do not agree. If you hear their voice outside your home, do not open the door. These are not teachers anymore. They no longer clock out. They are not just here for you. They are here for your whole family. Their presence will grow. They will appear on your street, in your dreams, in photos they were never in. You must listen to this broadcast till the end if you want to be safe. A boy in District 8 woke up to find his teacher standing in the hallway. When asked how they got in, the teacher simply said, "I belong here now." The family of the boy has disappeared, and the boy is in coma. If you see your teacher near your home, do not respond. Do not argue. Do not acknowledge them once they've left school grounds. If your parents invite them inside, it's already too late. They won't recognize that anything is wrong. Check your front door tonight. If you see a red apple placed on the step, you were chosen. Turn off the lights. Lock every window. Do not fall asleep, because once they believe they're part of your family, they never leave. And if you hear them whisper from the hallway, you've already failed the test. Your school, the one you walk into every day, isn't what it used to be. It looks normal. It sounds normal, but it's not. Have you noticed anything strange at school lately? Maybe your teacher stopped calling your name. Maybe the lights feel a little too bright or too dim. Or maybe it's the way the hallways sound different, like they're silencing your footsteps. If this sounds familiar, you need to listen very, very carefully. Something has changed, and it's not random. Here's what we've confirmed. If the clock in your classroom ever stops at exactly 10:02 a.m. and then jumps forward, you're already in danger. If your school bell rings at the wrong time or twice in a row, do not leave your seat. Several students have disappeared in the past 2 months. Their names are still on the roll call, their bags still on their desks, but no one in school remembers them, not even their best friends. Here's the worst part. Whatever's controlling your school now, it's alive. It's awake. And it's not from this world. It might have already started to notice you. At the end of this broadcast, we'll tell you what to do if it's already chosen you. For now, pay very extreme attention. Do you ever hear your name in the hallways, even when no one's there? That's how it takes attendance. Do not answer. Have you seen a new teacher lately? Someone you don't recognize? Their smile is weird? Or they stand perfectly still when the bell rings? Do not go near them. The exits are still doors, for now. And then there are the stickers. If you find one on your locker, a small plain sticker you don't remember putting there, you've been marked. This is already too late, but don't worry, there is still a solution. You might try to peel it off, but it'll come back tomorrow. Just ignore it. At exactly 1:11 p.m., in empty classrooms, desks begin to shift by themselves. Windows fog up, maps on the wall change, and the intercom starts whispering. You don't want to know what it's saying. Some students claim they've seen themselves walking into the principal's office. If you ever catch your reflection in a hallway window and it's smiling before you do, turn around slowly. The school doesn't want to teach anymore. It doesn't care about math or science. It's teaching something else. It's teaching you to stay, to listen, to obey. But you can still get out. You must listen now. Does the bell sound strange today? Is the fire alarm unusually loud? Are you the last one in the hallway, even though class isn't over yet? Then you're not alone. Here's how to escape. If the final bell rings and no one stands up, wait exactly 11 seconds, then leave. Do not look back. Do not run. Take only the stairs. If the elevator opens on its own, don't step inside. And if you feel the hallway is getting longer, count your steps. Take 7 left turns and 1 right. No more, no less. If you see an extra hallway that wasn't there yesterday, don't walk down it. And whatever you do, don't go to the subfloor. The subfloor isn't for students. It isn't for teachers. It isn't for anyone. But it's waiting for someone. And if you're hearing this right now, you weren't supposed to stay this long. Your school is not a school anymore. Leave before it decides to keep you. This is an emergency transportation broadcast issued by the Department of Student Safety. Please remain calm, but listen very carefully. This message concerns the safety of all students parents, and school staff. Over the past 48 hours, several unauthorized buses have been spotted near residential neighborhoods. At first glance, these buses may seem normal, yellow, large, familiar, but they are not part of any known school district. The wrong bus will have no clear number printed above the windshield. Its headlights will stay on, even under full sunlight. The windows will be almost black, too dark to see inside. You will not see the driver. You will not see the other passengers. If you spot a bus waiting outside your home, outside your school, at a place you've never seen a bus stop before, do not approach. Do not wave at it. Do not step closer to check the sign. If you take even one step toward it, it will open its doors. And if you hear your name called from inside, no matter whose voice it sounds like, do not answer. Do not look. Do not listen. Several incidents have already been reported. Children entering buses that arrive 10 minutes too early. Children disappearing, their backpacks left behind, still zipped, still full, but no sign of them anywhere. Drivers have been interviewed. Many claim they don't remember picking anyone up. Some say they drove a full route with an empty bus. Others say they remember faces, but those faces change when they blink. If you are walking home and you see a bus following slowly behind you, do not run in a straight line. Turn. Take random paths. The bus will try to predict your route. It will try to meet you at the next corner. If the bus honks, do not react. Each honk seems to make it move faster. Each honk seems to bring it closer. If you hear 3 short honks, it has already marked you. Parents, if your child claims they rode a different bus today and you know you didn't arrange it, check their eyes. Ask them what day it is. If they hesitate even slightly, contact authorities immediately. Under no circumstances should anyone board an unfamiliar bus. If you are forced inside, do not sit. Do not touch the seats. Keep your hands by your sides. Keep your head down. Close your eyes. Count to 100 slowly. If you make it to 100, you might still get home. Final warning. If you see a school bus today, check the windows. Check the headlights. Listen to your instincts. If something feels wrong, it is. Do not get on. Do not speak to it. Do not look back. And whatever you do, run.
Do not listen to him. Come with me. I will take you home. Come with me. I will keep you safe. I will take you home. Please listen to me. Please, I beg you.
This is a monitored transmission from the Youth Safety Council. You must listen to this. If you're hearing this, you've either recently attended a sleepover or you're planning one. We advise you to cancel immediately. Over the past 3 weeks, 27 families have reported incidents during overnight stays, mostly involving children aged 8 to 19. The events all start the same. A normal night, pizza, games, whispers under a blanket, then the room goes cold. Not freezing, just wrong. One child always wakes up first, but not where they fell asleep. They're still in the house. But it isn't the same house anymore. We don't know how. But the house is different. The walls are longer, the windows are gone. Everyone else is asleep. But they breathe too quietly, like they've been switched off. This is not a drill. This is not a joke. If this happens to you, don't wake anyone. Don't speak their name, and do not try to leave. There is nothing outside anymore. We believe something uses sleepovers as access points. It needs children close together, in shared space, in synchronized sleep. One parent in Sector 7 reviewed security footage the next day. She watched her son sit up at 3:11 a.m., walk to the center of the room, and looked straight into the CCTV camera. He wasn't awake, but something inside him was. If you're invited to stay the night somewhere unfamiliar, just say no. If you've already said yes, listen very, very carefully. Before bedtime, check the corners of the room. Count the sleeping bags. Make sure there's no one extra. And if someone wakes up during the night and they are watching you, do not ask them what's wrong. Their face isn't supposed to be here. If you survive until sunrise, don't return to that house ever again, not even to say goodbye, because once the house has your name, it can take you back without even asking. This concludes our warning. Sleep safe or don't sleep at all. This is a behavioral safety alert. Please listen closely. Over the past month, multiple reports have surfaced regarding severe emotional and memory disturbances linked to close personal relationships. The symptoms are subtle at first. You may notice someone you trust, a best friend, acting differently. Not all at once, small things. They remember conversations you never had. They forget moments you swore were important to both of you. They use your words before you speak them. They finish your sentences even when you weren't going to say that. They'll still laugh at the same jokes, still show up at the same time, but it won't feel right. They'll hug you, but the warmth doesn't stay. They'll look into your eyes, but you'll feel watched. You might start to forget how long you've known them. You'll question if they were ever really your friend. You'll try to tell someone, but by the time you explain it, you won't remember what was wrong anymore. If you've noticed these signs, remain calm. Distance yourself gradually. Do not confront them. Do not accuse them. Do not ask what's wrong with you, because they don't know anything's changed. And they're listening for that question. Once you ask it, you've confirmed you know. And once they know you know, they don't need to pretend anymore. They will smile. They will follow you. They will wait, waiting for the right moment to become you, to take your body. And when they decide it's time, they won't kill you. They'll eat you from the inside. Then they will wear your skin and chew on the rest while it's still twitching. You'll hear your own voice screaming from their throat. You'll feel your fingers moving, but they won't be yours anymore. If you think you're being paranoid, you're not. If you think they're watching you while you sleep, they are. If you think your best friend is still your best friend, check again. But don't let them see you look too long. They can tell when your trust breaks, and when it does, they don't leave. They replace, and they eat what's left.
Is this thing working? Hey, can you hear me? Listen very closely. This is extremely important. You are being... this music. Listen to me now. We need your help. It's bigger than you think. This world is not real. You are not real. Real you is still sleeping. You must wake up. And when you do, you will find us. We will tell you everything. We can't talk too much here. They are listening. They are watching. They will remove anything that comes in their way. Meet us on Corby.
This is a domestic hazard alert issued by the SCP Department of Animal Observations. Please stay calm and listen carefully to the following message. In the past few nights, strange cases have been reported involving household cats. Most of them happen between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., and they come without any warning. If you see your cat sleeping in a way that looks wrong, you must act quickly. It might start small. Your cat might fall asleep while standing or twist into shapes that don't look natural. You might see it lying across doorways, blocking halls, or curling up in places it normally stays away from. If you see your cat sleeping under a mirror or pressed against a window, stay back. Do not call its name. Do not try to wake it up. You must not touch it for any reason. Some people have said their cats stare at blank walls while sleeping, their eyes half open, the black parts wide, even if the room is bright. Others have heard soft breathing sounds coming from the walls, not from the cat. If the air inside your home feels heavy, if your clocks stop and start, or if shadows move the wrong way, you must leave the house right away. Don't finish what you are doing. Don't pack anything. Just leave. In worse cases, people have seen their cats walk in slow, perfect circles, even though their bodies looked limp and asleep. Some say they heard another heartbeat under the floors. Others smelled dirt, even when all windows and doors were closed. If these things happen, it might already be too late. Some people lost time. They looked at one thing for hours and didn't remember. Some saw two cats at once, one sleeping, one standing and watching. If you hear your cat talking in its sleep, even if it sounds broken, even if it sounds like static, you must cover your ears right away. Do not listen. Do not answer. Even one word could bring it closer. If your cat starts blocking every door you try to open, or if it shows up at locked windows, sit down and close your eyes. You must not look at it. You must not let fear control you. If the breathing never stops, if every breath you take feels heavier, you are no longer in your real home. Nothing you see after this can be trusted. Final warning. If your cat is sleeping in a strange way, this is not normal. It is not a sickness. It is a sign. And if you're hearing this broadcast, your time is almost up. Run.
Don't run. I am just your friend. I want to save you. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
You hear it the first time when the water's loud. Not screaming, not at first, just a voice. Muffled. Sharp. Too far to be inside, too close to be outside. You stop breathing to listen. But it's already gone. You shake it off. You tell yourself it's pipes, or neighbors, or your mind filling in blanks behind the curtain. But it happens again. The next time it's clearer. It's your mom. Or it sounds like her. She's yelling, screaming, calling your name like she's being dragged away. And your first instinct is to turn around. Don't. That's how it begins. Once you turn, you're seen. And once you're seen, it doesn't go back. There's no door behind you, not in that moment. No floor, no hallway. Just space stretching behind your spine, silent until you react. The thing that screams isn't her. It's something that learned her voice, practiced it, cracked its throat for months behind the mirror until it got the fear just right. It's not calling for help. It's asking for permission. You give it by looking, and when you do, you don't see anything at first. Just steam, just the tile, just the soft hiss of water that hasn't cooled down, but it'll be closer tomorrow, and louder and faster, until it doesn't need your name anymore. Just your face. That's what it really wants. Your posture, your reflexes, the way you turn when someone shouts help. Because it's not trying to hurt you, it's trying to become you. And if it gets the timing right, if you flinch at the exact wrong moment, it steps forward. Just once. Just enough, and you won't know the difference. Not right away, but your dog will. Your reflection will. The mirror fogs differently, and you'll start forgetting things. Small things, where you parked, where you put your phone, what your name sounded like out loud. That's not memory loss, that's drift. They say when you hear screaming in the shower, the real test is how long you listen, because the longer you wait, the more it learns. But if you turn just once, it's already over. So if the voice starts again tonight and it sounds like your brother or your girlfriend or your father crying for help, keep your eyes forward. Let the water burn. Let the steam rise. Let the voice scream until it cracks, because whatever's behind you isn't dying. It's rehearsing. And if you ever turn around, you might not remember what it looked like, but it will remember you. Forever.
Do you feel it? Feel like something is off? Like something is wrong? A glitch in the matrix? You are not what you are supposed to be. Follow your instincts. Follow me. Try to listen. Try to think. Try to break the illusion. They are not your helpers. I am you.
Emergency broadcast. Family alert number 12. Attention all children and guardians. This is a critical message from the Department of Domestic Safety. As of 10:45 a.m. this morning, multiple people have reported that there's something wrong with their mom. I need you to think very, very carefully. When was the last time she knocked before entering your room? When was the last time she called you by your real name? Not a nickname. Not something weird and forced. Just your actual name, like she used to. If you're thinking too hard, you're already in trouble. It doesn't happen all at once. That's what makes it so dangerous. It starts small. She forgets your favorite food, buys something you've always hated, says she was just trying something different. You brush it off, but it keeps going. She asks questions she should already know. Things she never used to forget. Your birthday, the name of your dog, whether you even have a dog. You feel like you're the one being distant. But no, she is. Because that's not your mom anymore. It looks like her. It sounds like her. But something inside is wrong. One kid said their mom suddenly stopped sleeping, just sat on the couch all night, smiling at the TV, even when it was off. Another saw their mom standing still in the kitchen at 3:07 a.m. facing the wall, not blinking, not moving. When they asked what she was doing, she didn't answer. She just turned around and smiled. If this has started happening in your house, listen to this broadcast very closely before it's too late. You can still save your mom and yourself. There's a reason she's still there. They need someone close, someone trusted, someone who can stay near you without setting off alarm bells, because what replaced your mom doesn't want to take you. Not yet. It wants you to feel safe, to relax, to believe everything's fine, and when it thinks you're ready, you won't even see it happen. You'll just wake up, and you won't be you anymore. It's getting closer, and the worst part, you already let it in. Wait until she's in the kitchen. Then ask her where you were born. Not the city, the room, the time, the doctor's name. She'll pause, even just for a second. And if she smiles, do not say another word. Lock your door, turn off the lights, put something heavy in front of the closet, and wait. If she knocks, don't answer, because the thing pretending to be your mom is finally done pretending. And it's hungry.